History is not even on the table in most of Africa. See, if you're struggling for basic necessities, you don't have the leisure time or the wherewithal to focus on something as abstract as preserving one's history. I'm Ole M.E. Dabbles, founder of MBAD African Bead Museum. And the goal was to build a museum that would accentuate some of the accomplishment of African people by the use of beads. The use of beads in Africa is a language. The use of textiles is a language. How you adorn yourself, your rings, etc., all of those were languages because there was information there that was concealed or revealed when you went through that initiation. So Africa was obsessed with communication, but not with a magnifying glass with how you communicated. There's all kinds of symbolism that are used for communication. That spiral, that says that everything in the universe is connected, and you need to be careful about using materials in abundance because it has an effect somewhere else. The 3 strikes is female, the 4 is male. The circle and a dot, that's in Yama. The dot is the children. So there are ways to communicate more than just scripted languages. I needed a storyline, and I needed something that people would connect with and learn some things about themselves without feeling inflamed or being blamed. So I came up with this metaphor, iron teaching rocks how to rust, which is a social political commentary on how one culture wants other cultures to mimic and assimilate and be like it. Iron decided to free everybody. So it built a monument to show people that it had freed them, but not really. Because if you free a people, if you do not give them their history, they're still in prison. They're gonna mimic or assimilate what you're doing, just guess on some stuff. So there's another exhibit out there, it's file cabinets, and that's where iron has everybody's history in these file cabinets. So if you don't have your history, you're still destined, you're in some type of a prison because you will just assume that the system you are in is representative of your own culture. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. So that's the nature of those exhibits out there, is to expose some of the pitfalls of mimicking and assimilating someone else's history. The largest installation out there is a platform with all these tree logs lined up around it with some paint cans in the middle. That's Wood Reservation. Wood had the audacity to try to fight iron, and it lost. But Wood in the process lost over 100 million of its people, and the rest were put on reservation, and the paint cans symbolize casinos, where Wood is supposed to live happy and prosperous from that point on. But just the opposite occur. Some of the worst conditions on the planet occurs on these reservations. So that's our overview of iron teaching rocks how to rust. So history is it's a precarious thing, and it makes people feel proud about themselves. What we have going here just make African people in general feel proud about their history because it's presented in such a way that it reaps of aesthetics and beauty. So as long as we're reaching the attention of our people, then that's all that matters, because history is pretty much abstract anyway. But you have to do something to give people proud about themselves, and they will continually do what they do best.